Good morning and welcome. You with Skeinz Diaries. It's Marie here. Monday, 17th of June. Welcome along. I hope it's good at all good at your place. It's good here. Grey, had a bit of rain, a bit of everything over the weekend. It was all good though. And I feel so bad because I completely forgot to bring my knitting in. I did a little bit over the weekend. I'm now over halfway through the cowl. I know it's so slow. I'm working much slower at my normal pace because I've got a lot on, but I'm chugging through the cowl. I did about much on the front of the tunic. I'm actually nearly up to dividing for the V-neck, and then it'll be super fast after that. So that's where I'm at with that. So I'm kind of hoping within the next week or so I'll actually get that finished because I'm itching to cast on probably Ginger Bliss. I really want to get that cast on. So there's lots of knitting to do and never enough time. I don't know about you guys. Do you find that? Not enough time for all the knitting that you want to be doing. That's what I'm finding. This is crazy. It drives me mad. Anywho, what have we got going on? Right. First thing I did, Claire is just wanted me to remind you because we've just got a new Knit Pro order in and all the pricing has gone up. So she's slowly going through as she loads all of the new stuff and she's uploading. She will be changing the pricing. So if you want to snap anything up at the old pricing, I suggest you get skates on and get on the website now because it literally will be starting to change from this week as she loads up new products because there's some stuff that's sold out and some stuff that hasn't and all sorts of things. So yes, she did want to get me to tell you all of that if this is your last chance to get all the Knit Pro at the old price. So that's what she's up to there. There's also been a whole heap of patterns uploaded now, and we've got some extras have been stocked up, and we're just in the process of getting through and getting some new ones on and just slowly working through that over this last sort of week or so. So that's really exciting. But what I wanted to also let you know about is I noticed this bad boy on Ravelry this morning, and it's on actually page 2. Good morning, everyone. It's on page 2. So there were two things that stood out on looking at the Rav. I haven't looked at Rav for a few weeks. The first thing is that the mystery sock along with Stephen West is that they're doing sign-ups for that at the moment. So if you're a sock person, but if you are a sock person, and actually fancy doing a bit of a mystery sock along, definitely sign up to that. We've got our wonderful soul. We've got a lot. You guys love the Ringanui. That's gone. Absolutely disappeared. So that's disappeared. We've got a few skeins left in the shop. And yeah, that's fun. And we've also got some prints coming in. We've got the opal. So if you're wanting to a bit of a sock along, that could be loads of fun if you're wanting to do the mystery sock along. So that is on the front page of the Rav. And there's also, there was a very interesting shawl that was on there, the photography shawl, which I've got a sneaking suspicion I featured in a newsletter a while back, and it was when the Flight Naturals first came out. Oh, there we go. Kathy's just saying for the sock along, the mystery sock along, it takes 100-gram skein and three lots of 20 grams in contrasts. There you go. So that's from Kathy. So have a little dig around in your you might have little bits and pieces left over or full price left over from other projects. That's the way to do that. But make sure your 100 grams is proper sock, I think is probably the way to do it. Anywho, yes, that photography shawl is, and it's on the front page, and it's because that designer has a discount off her designs at the moment, and I've forgot to reload this to tell you what it is, but have a look. But anyway, as I was bouncing through, this caught my eye, which is from Classic Elites. It's called the Ballard Gonzy. It came out in 1991. I mean, this is old school Norah. So from Norah Gaughan when she was working at Classic Elite. And it is a classic Guernsey. I love classic Guernseys. And she initially had that designed in pieces because that was de rigueur in the day. What she's gone and done is she's taken this and she's reworked it to in the round, which will make it a much faster knit. It's still a drop shoulder construction, so in the round, but still with a drop shoulder construction. And she said she's gone and added a sort of slightly more, a slightly svelter silhouette in the sleeves to make it just a little bit more modern. She used a worsted weight yarn that was wool alpaca mohair, and on a 4mm needle, and it actually obviously once blocked to a 19 stitch gauge. So the gauge, I would definitely be wanting to swatch for this, because you may find that you may have to go up in needle size. But it's that classic Guernsey construction. And what I loved about it is this morning it timed really, really well, because that 19 stitch gauge you can get with Southland DK easy peasy lemon squeezy on a 4mm needle. That's very doable. And what we had done this morning is that once we've just realised that we've now got all the Brain and Gauge, Southland, we're down to the last of the Truly Myrtles. So what we've gone and done is gone and placed all the Truly Myrtles now at parity with their little Southlander cousins. So they, can all play together happily in the sandpit. And so these have all now gone down to $8.95. We've got reasonable amounts of DK, like sweater, lots of DK left. Not so much. There's only about 3 shades of the sport weight left if you're doing any of the Ginger Sisters. But the DK, there is a good amount. And I love this one. This is Storyteller. It's this very lovely, warm, kind of bricky brown, and it's actually quite lovely. So this one, there's a whole heap. We've got Curiouser and Curiouser, which is a mustard, which is a go-to for me. We've got the Happiness. There's some clarity there. There's still some Explorer, some Rebel, which is the bright pink. Woohoo. So all of those are still available in DK and now all dropped down to $8.95. They would be perfect, because, in these sort of Guernsey style sweaters, you want something that's just a little bit classic, don't you? Sort of classic and old school, but traditional with a twist, really. So this is a great one to work with. Also, having a look at that gauge, the other yarn that I think would be quite amazing if you wanted something a bit softer, and particularly with that high neck that it's got there, you wouldn't need to do it that high, but the Gaia, because that was just so incredibly soft. Similar, it's using this is wool alpaca. I think this would be great. You should get gauge with that. It would be lovely and soft to wear against the skin and give you a slight little bloom, and not so much bloom that you would lose all that stitch detailing. And then if you wanted to spice it up a little bit and have something look a little bit more fun and have a little bit more colour, the Padstow from Chatswood would also work really well. And see, it's got good squish to it. So I think the Padstow would be an absolute dead ring cert. And then also good old vintage. Vintage would look great too, particularly for the stitch definition. So if you want to get that stitch definition rocking and rolling, vintage could be a really good option for that as well. So the best thing about this bad boy is she's got it loaded up for free. I know. So if you're wanting to get that in for free, I think it's definitely worth it. Now, the other reason why I think it's definitely worth it for free, and you're looking at that going, oh God, look at all that moss stitch. I really can't be asked. You don't have to do that. Because if you download this for free, it actually gives you a drop shoulder sweater. If you just did the whole thing in stocking stitch, a drop shouldered sweater, top down. I think it's top down. She said it was in the round. Let's have a look. Da-da-da-da. Body in the round, beginning of the la 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 la. No, I think it could be bottom up, actually. Yes, looks like it's bottom up. There you go, bottom up in the round. So yeah, that gives you a straight sweater. So you don't need to do all the Fufu lala. And the other thing you can do is you don't need to do that either because because it'll be up in one place, divide for the sleeves, having front and back. You could play around with this. You could do stripes with this. It gives you a template. The neckline, you wouldn't have to do that neckline. You could actually make it shallower if you wanted. And not have it go all the way up. You could actually just have it drop there. You know, the other thing I would be inclined to do with that neckline is I would do that neckline and then I would actually potentially roll it over and tack it down and actually have a rolled neckline. There's a whole bunch of things that you can do. But actually having that as a template to be able to do a straight sweater, bottom up, in the round, nice and fast, I think, just saying, while it's there for free and downloadsies, I'd be getting on and downloading that. I just think that that's a really great doer, personally. There you go. My 2 cents worth. What else has been on the go around here? Oh, it's just getting into the winter groove, really, isn't it? I have now. Make sure I can't even know what I was at. Get your projects loaded up onto the speakeasy. Loving seeing them. That is always great. There's some great stuff being worked on at the moment. Absolutely loving that. So make sure you get those all loaded up because remember, you go into the draw for the monthly prize. And we're just sort of hanging in. We've got a few little things that could be turning up before the end of the month. And we're just sort of like waiting for them. So I kind of was hoping they'd be here today, but they're not. But with any luck, I might have them here this time next week. And we can talk about those then. So that would be a little bit of fun. But other than that, Wool Feast was on the weekend. Did anyone go to Wool Feast? I hear it was absolutely fab. Lots going on, really busy. Lisa was there. I was talking to Lisa on the weekend. She said she was so busy, just talking about patterns and selling patterns. She barely had time to look up. She said it was just amazing. So if you were at Wool Feast, I hope it was really good. Sounded amazing. But yeah, that's about it really. It's not a lot. It doesn't help when I forget minuting. So yeah. This there's a new colour coming in Highlander Heathers. That's going through the mill at the moment. Really excited about that. If it's anything like the scratchings that we saw, which is what they call doing the heathery blendy thing, the scratchings. Barbara was saying Wool Feast was amazing. It was, I can't wait for it. You guys will love it. It's really cool. So that's working its way through the mill at the minute. But yeah, that's about it really. So I'm going to keep going because again, 1,000,001 things to do. I haven't even started the newsletter. I need to get onto that now. But otherwise, I will catch up with you guys on Thursday, and hopefully I've pulled finger and brought my knitting with me. I'm a bit slack. Actually, I should bring. What's the name of that pattern? It's called Ballard Gonzy by Norah Gaughan. So when I just did the search, the top 20 of the hots right now on Ravelry, and it was on page 2, I think. Page 2 or page 3. Yeah. It's quite good. Oh, the other thing too, I see Angela Mowry's come out with a new pattern, sort of like with a little bit of texture and stuff through it. If you like to do the old double strandy strand, that would look good with that. Or if you've actually got a fingering with a boucle, I know some of you have picked up some of the boucles that we've had, like the Argenti that we had on sale. Actually, that with the Heron in the Flight Light would look pretty mint, actually, in that new pattern. I can't even remember what it's called. Sort of a very sort of relaxed sort of T-shirt. So that's actually a bit of fun. And the other one that I saw was the new petite knits. I think it was called the Oslo sweater. It was sort of like a stripe, blue and white stripe. If you picked up any of the tweeds with that would look really cool in that too. There's some interesting stuff around. Margaret's saying she's busy knitting with the ear, which was the colour that we did in Epic Sale. Nebula, Kathy's saying, the Angela Mowry, it's called Nebula. It's the ear is lovely. I think it's fun. That went out so fast. We're probably going to repeat that, but just have a little bit more colour with it. It was just a little bit too. We wanted a wee bit more colour in, so that hopefully, fingers crossed, will be coming in the next little bit as well. All right, I'm going to keep going because I need to get my newsletter done for you, don't I? So I'm going to go and do that, and I hope you guys have some good knitting time. Make sure you post that on the speakeasy, and then we can have a good look. Until then, I'll see you on Thursday. Take care. Bye.